Well, the Olympic Games have wrapped up, which means athletes and coaches, they've all returned home. And this morning we are so excited because we have our very own three-time Connecticut Olympian, Jim Ronal, joining us. He just came home from Tokyo, where you guys picked up a silver medal in baseball. First off, congratulations and welcome back, Jim.
Thank you very much. I'm really happy to be home. It's nice to talk with you again. And yeah, I'm a little jet lagged. We're trying to assimilate back into our culture here and our time zones. But it was a great trip, and I'm thrilled to be home.
Now, Jim, you have an experience that so many people don't ever have, and that's to go to the Olympics. And you've been to not one, not two, but three. And you've dealt with very successful teams along the way. In the Winter Games, you were with skeleton and bobsled. Now you're with Team USA Baseball. Talk a little bit about the Olympic experience as a whole. And, I know there was several years in between the two, but maybe the differences between the Winter and the Summer Games, and specifically with COVID involved this year.
It was really interesting. I think COVID obviously added another dimension. Winter and Summer Games are, in principle are the same, right? It's nations from all over the world coming together to compete peacefully. And obviously you see tremendous examples of sportsmanship and camaraderie and within our own organization and, in between the different countries. And it's uplifting. It's everything that I thought it would be in terms of, how things went off. The people in Japan couldn't have been more hospitable. It is an extremely clean city, and they were very accommodating to us. I mean, obviously, the numbers of participants were up, but the numbers of spectators were way down. But we really enjoyed our stay there. I would say the difference. Obviously between the weather, the winter and the summer, everything's more accessible in the summer. But, I just think everything, I haven't been to an Olympics in 15 years. So, the food seemed better, the accommodations seemed better, the graphics that they used, to display in the stadium during the game, the social media aspect was obviously far more advanced than back in 2006. So, lots of differences, but the spirit is the same. The spirit of the game remains the same.
Absolutely. The spirit of the game's never unchanged, COVID or not. I want to congratulate you. Of course, you guys had your eyes set on gold, but you're coming back with silver. Tell me a little bit about the team. This was really trials and tribulations for you guys. I mean, I spoke with you, it's been almost 2 years when you were first named to the team, thinking about gearing up to make the team. Then the games get canceled. You guys have to go back on track to try and make it. You make it, COVID again. I mean, it's been a whirlwind for you. Talk about how it got to this final point. I mean, these guys are coming home with the silver.
Yeah, it was a whirlwind for sure, and it challenged us on many levels. But, we assembled in mid-July in North Carolina at USA Baseball headquarters. We had a week to get to know each other. It was 24 guys plus staff who had never worked together. Our coaching staff were, former major league coaches and staff and guys who were currently scouting and working in those organizations. And their task was to bring us together and make us a team. And I have to say, after 3 weeks, these guys were like brothers. I mean, they functioned like they had known each other their entire lives. I'm in some group messages that continue to go on today, little inside jokes and such. But, everybody became really, really close, which is what you want from a team. And it's really the only way you can win. We had talent. We have lots of young talent that you'll be seeing in years to come in the major leagues. We had some veterans who were there to provide leadership. It was just a great mix of people. And in North Carolina, the players brought their families, their children, their wives, their parents, because they were not able to travel to Japan to watch the games in person. So we got to know people a little bit better in that first week. And by the time we took off for Tokyo, we felt like we were a team. And it was a battle. The difference, as our manager, Mike Sosha, alluded to, is the difference between playing a 7-game World Series and an Olympic tournament is that every game is a knockout in the Olympics, right? So if you lose a game, it could be your last game. And in a 7-game World Series, you may have the next game to go. Everything is a game 7 when you're in Tokyo or you're at an Olympic game. So these guys played under a lot of pressure. I was really proud of the way they came together and the way they performed. And don't forget, we were playing Japan. In Japan, mysteriously, there were more fans at that last game than we anticipated. And it gave it a different feel as well, But no excuses, but the Japanese professional league shut down, put their best players on the field, and we certainly had an exceptional team, but we did not shut down the major leagues, obviously, and we gave them every bit they could handle. I wish we hit a little bit more because I think we would have won the gold, but nothing to be ashamed of. We performed exceptionally well, and our outcome, obviously, silver medal is nothing to hang our heads about.
It certainly is not. A silver for you guys. Congratulations. A gold in our eyes. We are so proud of you, Jim. Thank you so much for joining us here on the Fox 61 Morning News.
Thanks for having me, and we appreciate your support all the way.
Absolutely. We'll see you at the next games, Jim.